Are you ready for every part of the Duolingo English test? I'm thinking about those read and select questions. They may only seem very small and maybe not too important, but your dream of studying abroad or getting that big job could rely on them. Hello, I'm Francis from Last Minute English. In this video, we're looking at the read and select questions from the Duolingo English test. We're going to look at what the questions are. I'll give you tips for how to improve your score. We'll talk about why they're so important, and we'll do some practice questions together. So let's jump straight in. So first of all, what are these questions? So you'll get a prompt which will say, is this a real English word? And then the exam will give you one word. You have to click yes if you think it's real and no if you think it's a fake English word. And you can't spend a long time thinking about it. You have 5 seconds to decide. And if you do well in this section, you're improving your reading, literacy, and comprehension subscores. And by the way, if you're wondering about the word on the thumbnail, the cover, superfluousness, it apparently is a real word, at least according to the Cambridge Dictionary. It means something that isn't very necessary, and to be honest, it's not a very common word, but it does seem to be a real word. So if you got that one in the exam, you would click yes, yes, this is real. So let's talk about some tips for how you can get the best score possible. The first tip is, if you're not sure, go with your instincts and guess yes or no. Because if you don't guess anything, if you leave it blank, it counts as incorrect. So even if you're just having a guess, you still have a 50% chance. So click yes or click no, and then click next. Tip 2, there is no pattern to the questions here. So if you think the question before was fake and you think, oh, this one must be real because that one was fake, forget about that. It could be fake, 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 fake. It could be real, real, real. It could be real, fake, real, fake. There's no pattern. Tip 3 is to read carefully. Sometimes the DET will put in a word that looks like a real word, but one of the letters has changed. So it's actually a spelling mistake. That's one of their favorite tricks to try to catch you out. So read it as carefully as you can in your 5 seconds. Remember as well that this is an adaptive test. That means if you're getting the questions right every time, the questions will start to get more and more difficult. So don't worry if the questions are getting more difficult. It just means that you're doing well. And my last tip, if you want to practice this quite cheaply and quite easily, you can use AI. So you can go to ChatGPT, copy and paste the prompt that we've given you here under the video, and it will generate for you a list of words, some of which are real, some of which are fake, and you can see what you think. You can time yourself, give yourself 5 seconds, and then write your answer, and then ChatGPT will tell you were you right or not. Remember, the more you practice, the better your score will be. Practice makes perfect. So why are these questions so important? So they're tied to your reading, literacy, and comprehension subscores. And those are some of the subscores that universities are setting a minimum requirement for if you want to study in those universities. What does that mean? It means if you do badly on these questions, even if your overall DET score is quite high, if you don't meet the requirement for reading, literacy, and comprehension, you still won't be able to study at those universities. So we have to do well in these sections. So let's do some practice questions. I'm going to give you 20 questions altogether, and for each one, you'll have 5 seconds, and all you have to do is write down yes or no. Okay, so this is a good moment now to pause the video, get yourself like a piece of paper, a pen, things like that, so you can just go yes or no, or even Y or N. very easy. And while you're doing that, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos all about how to get a high score on the DET. So you're going to see the word and the timer on the screen. Once the 5 seconds is gone, the word is gone and it's the next word. So don't wait too long. All right? And I'll see you at the end of our 20 questions. We'll go through the answers together. Okay? Good luck. Your time starts now. Okay, welcome back. How was that? I imagine that was pretty intense. There's not a lot of time to think about those answers. So let's go through and I'm going to tell you which ones were correct and which ones were not. And the ones that are not real words, we'll talk about them just for a second. Okay, so let's start with number 1. And make sure, by the way, that you're marking yourself. Give yourself a tick if you got it right or a cross if you got it wrong. And when you've finished, you can count your score and let me know how many you got right under the video. So number 1, captivated. Yes, it was a real word. 2, skyrocketed. Yes, also a real word. 3, fongled. No, it sounds a bit like dangled. It looks like it could be real, but it's not. So that's wrong. That's no, not a real word. 4, height. Well, we do have a word height in English, but the spelling is different. It's H-E-I-G-H-T. Much more complicated spelling. So this spelling of height is wrong. The next one was unprecedented. That one is real, something that hasn't happened before. Number 6, beflied. Not right. That's not real. There is a word belied, which doesn't have an F, but this one, beflied, is not real. 7, lounged. Yes, that is real, like lying back in a very lazy way. Number 8 was excelled. That one is true. That's a real one. That means you did something very well, the past tense. 9, imperative. Yes, that means something's very important. 10, multifaceted. Also a real word. 11, beneficial. It looks sort of like it might be wrong. There's lots of different vowels in there, but it actually is a real word. It's spelt correctly. 12, foiled. That is one as well. When we say foiled, it means that you stopped someone from doing something. Like, let's say Sherlock Holmes foiled Moriarty's plan. He stopped his plan. Number 13, depicts. That one is real as well. But 14, stranted, looks real. It really could be a word, but it's not. That one is wrong. That's not a real word in English. Also, 15, embarkened, not a real word. Embarked, just with ED, is a real word. That means to go onto a ship, for example. 16, resilient. Yes, that one is a real word. That's, though, an example of the kind of word that they might try to spell wrong. So they might say R-E-S-E-L. And then you look and you think, I think that's right. Yes. It would be wrong. So be careful of words like that one. 17 is prended. Nope. There's no word. There's pretended. So if you're not looking carefully, you might have thought, pretended. Yes, that's real. But it's not. Prended, not a real word. 18, perplexed. Yes, that one is a real word. It means you're confused. 19, invigorated. Also, yes, it means something has given you lots of energy. And 20, overwhelmed. Also, yes, a real word as well. So there you go. Those are our answers. And I really want to know how many you got right. So please let me know. Don't be shy. Tell me in the comments below how many out of 20 did you get right. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss our future DET videos. Remember as well, under the video here, we have that prompt that you can copy into ChatGPT to help you practice these read and select questions. You can also find loads more resources on our website to help you prepare for free for the DET. The link is here just under the video. I'm Francis from Last Minute English. Thank you for watching. See you next time.